ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Om Mandalam 10 Suttam 35 Rishi Rusha Dhanaka Devata Vishvedeva Chandas Jagati Trushtu. Abudhramu Tya Indravanto Agnayo 35.1. Accompanied by Indra, these Agnis, which means different forms of energy including spiritual, wake up bestowing light at the first gleam of dawns. May the great space and earth perceive our actions. Now we desire for the protection of shining beings. Superficial meaning of the Rig should be clear enough as it is. Here Agni could be spiritual light which gets kindled at dawning of self-knowledge. Last part of the Rig is repeated in all Rigs of the Suttam except the last two. We go to the next Suttam. Next Rig, 35.2. Divas Prithivyorava Avrudimahe. We desire for the protection of the space and earth. We approach with prayers mother-like flowing rivers, reedy mountains, the sun, the dawns, and sinlessness. Getting extracted now, may spiritual soma make us prosperous. Here soma could be grass, essence of soma plant, subtle this haim, or spiritual flowing essence of Atma, Atniyapavamana soma. Devano Adya Prithvi Anagaso 35.3. May the great space and earth who are sinless protect us now for prosperity. May Usha, uncovering darkness, drive away sin. We approach with prayers, well-kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. 35.4. Iyamna Usra Prathama Sudevyam. This rich, most excellent morning light of Usha shines forth for us, who are distributors of gifts, the wealth fit for shining beings. May anger of a stingy person be kept far away from us. We approach with prayers, well-kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. We go to the next book, 10.35.5. Praya Sisrade Suryasya Rashmibhi. Those Ushas come forth with rays of the sun. O Ushas, bestowing light at the first gleam of dawn, you shine forth excellently now for our food and fame. We approach with prayers, well-kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. The last part is being repeated every time. Anamiva Ushasa A Charanduna 35.6. May Ushas free from disease approaches. May Agnis, which means different forms of energies, come up with great light. May Ashwins, Paramatma Jivatma combination, harness the speedy chariot. We approach with prayers, well-kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. Shreshtham no adya savidat Parenyam. O Savita, please lay upon us now desirable, most excellent inheritance. Indeed, you are the giver of the best jewel or quantum of spiritual energy. I address wealth-producing wise hinds. We approach with prayers, well kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. Inheritance and jewel imply self-knowledge or quanta of spiritual energy. Pipartuma tat prutasya pravatanam 10.35.8. May the declarations or speeches of enlightened souls about Vruta that men understand protect me. The sun rises up, certainly touching all morning lights. We approach with prayers, well kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. May objective knowledge of the sages protect me. This is the gist of the Rag. Adesho Adya Barhisha Starihimani 35.9. Today, in this sacrificial place, in this spread out grass, in the union of stones or clouds of ignorance, for extracting spiritual soma essence, we ask for non-malevolence for accomplishing harsh desires. O Praiser, you are being active, sitting in the shelter of sons of Aditi. We approach with prayers, well kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. Here, the praiser would be seer of the Sukta himself. 35.10. Ano Barhi Sadhamade Brihaddivi. O Agni Atma, you please cast the 7 offerers of oblations, namely Mitra, Varuna, Indra, and other shining beings, to be seated in our great shining space, shining sacrifice, where all are delighting together. I invoke them for acquiring wealth. We approach with prayers, well kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. 7 offerers of oblations in the spiritual sense could be presiding deities of the 5 basic elements and of the mind and ego, aham bhava. Ta aditya agada sarvadadaye vrithe 35.11. O sons of Aditi, may you come here for our perfect happiness. Enjoying together equally, you drive towards our sacrifice for our progress. We ask Brihaspati, Pusha, Ashwins, Bhaga, and well kindled spiritual Agni for prosperity. Perfect happiness implies bliss associated with Atma. Tanno Deva Yachata Supravajanam 35.12. O resplendent sons of Aditi, please procure that home or dwelling which is well talked of, is abundant, and is men protecting for us, for our cattle, and for our sons and grandsons for their living. (10.35.13) Vishve Adya Maruto Vishva Uri. May all Maruts with all protections and all Agnis become well kindled now. May all shining beings come here with their protections. May all kinds of wealth and vigor be in us. Last stroke of the sutta. 10.35.14 Yam devaso avatha Vajasadau Yam. O fast moving shining beings, whosoever you promote in acquiring wealth or vigor, whom you protect, whom you take beyond anxiety and fill him up with happiness or bliss, who knows no fear in your protection, may we be like him for distribution of wealth to shining beings. Next suktam is 36. Rishi is the same. Devada Vishvedeva Chandas Jagati Trushto. Ushasanakta Brihati Supeshasa 36.1. I call upon the shining beings, the great, well-adorned dawn and night, the space and earth, Varuna, Mitra, Adyama, as well as Indra, Marus, the clouds, ignorance clouds, the water dharas, and sons of Aditi, the atmosphere and the shining one, Atma. Dyaushchana Prithivija Pratetasa 36.2. May the most observant, most excellent among Prakriti, namely the space and earth, protect us from injurious man and anxieties. May unfavorable, non-gracious Nirruti not lord over us. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. The last pada of the Rik is repeated in all the following Riks except last two of the Sutta. Vishwasmano aditi patvam haso Mada. May the rich Aditi, mother of Mitra and Varuna, protect us from all anxieties. May we attain the unendangered spiritual light. We desire for the protection of enlightened souls now. Unendangered spiritual light is that one associated with Atma, which is the final goal of all truth seekers. Grava vadannapa rekshamsi sedhatu 36.4. May the clouds, means ignorance clouds, or the stones making noise, drive away all demonic men or demonic thoughts from us, so also bad dreams. Nirvruti, Lord of Death, and all devourers, may we attain the shelter associated with the sun and Marus. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. Shelter of the sun, Agni, Marus, which means air, etc., is Atma, the self. Physically, this could be the space and earth. Endro barhi Sidatu Pinvatamila 36.5. May Indra be seated in the sacrificial place. May holy libation abound. May Brihaspati, who is fit to be praised by Samahaims, treat us with respect. We reflect on the very wise praises for living. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. Divasprisham Yetnyamasmagam Ashvina 36.6. O Ashwins, Please make our sacrifice to touch the shining space speedy, non-violent and favorable for satisfying our desires. May you make Agni invoked with ghee have rays facing upwards. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. Here Ashwin symbolizes the Paramatma Jivatma combination. 10.36.7 Upahvaye Suhavam Marutam Ganam. I call upon Marus, who is easily invocable, is purifying, is noble, is causer of happiness and nourisher of wealth for friendship. We desire for good praises or renown. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. Abam Perum Jivadhanyam Bharamahe. 10.36.8 We procure Atmiya Soma, who is drinker of water, is rich in vital powers, is impeller of shining beings, is easily invocable, is embellisher of sacrifice, and is possessor of good rays, and beg for power of senses from him. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. In this Rak, Soma stands for the flowing essence of Atma, as can be seen from the adjectives qualifying the word Soma. Sanema Tad Susanita Sanidvahi. We who are living, whose sons are living, and who are sinless, procure that good gift which implies spiritual light energy with other procurers. They who are hostile to self-knowledge may carry all the sins. We desire that protection of enlightened souls now. The good gift here implies self-knowledge. 36.10 Ye stha manod Yajnayaste Shrunodana. 36.10 O shining beings, you who are fit for sacrifice of men may hear this praise. Please give us that superior understanding that we request you, and renown consisting of wealth and heroes. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. Superior understanding may mean spiritual knowledge. Mahadatya Mahadama Brunimahe. 10.36.11 Now we desire for that great protection, possibly spiritual energy of shining beings who are great, are mighty and irresistible. May they do what is appropriate, so that we meet with wealth and heroic offsprings. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. 36.12 Maho Agne Samidhanasya. May we be in the shelter of the great kindled, well-kindled Agni Atma. May we be in the guidance of the most excellent Mitra, Varuna and Savita for our prosperity. We desire for that protection of enlightened souls now. Ye Savitu Satyasavasya Ishve. 10.36.13 Those shining beings live as per commands of Savita, of Mitra, of Varuna, and whose orders are truthful. O shining beings, may you give us prosperity consisting of heroes and cows, or spiritual light rays, and that wonderful wealth, quantum of spiritual energy and possession. Wonderful wealth is indicative of self-knowledge. Savita Paschadat Savita Purastad Savitotaratat Savitadharatat Savidanah Suvadu Sarvadatim Savidano Rasatam Dirghamayu. Last rook in the Sutta 36.14. Savita from the west, Savita from the east, Savita from the north, Savita from the south. May Savita bring forth perfect happiness or bliss for us. May Savita give us long life. In this Vrat also, and also all ruks in this Suttam, Savita could be taken as the universal impeller Atma, which energizes Jivatma in every living being. Each Jivatma performs actions according to its nature and enjoys the fruits of such actions. We now go to Suktam 37, which is from another Rishi, sage Abhitapa Saudya, Devada Surya, Chandas Jagadi Tushtu. This can be considered as a good prayer sukta. Namo Mitrasya Varunasya Chakshase 10.37.1. O friends, bow down to the sun, who is perceiver of Mitra, and Varuna, who is shining greatly, is visible from afar, is born among self-luminous objects, is the banner of Atma, and is the sun of the space. Honor that luminous sun and praise him. The sun is a symbol for Atma. One emits gross light, which is similar to the spiritual light of Atma. Sama Satyokri Paripadu Vishwato 37.2. May that truthful speech, which implies Om, protect me. Where the space and earth prepare days and nights, there some objects of the universe come to rest and others move. All waters flow and the sun rises upon all days. May this Suktam protect the seer of the Suktam. In this universe some objects are stationary, say the sun, while the planets are moving all the time. This is the comment on the Ruk. Nate Adeva Pradivo Nivasate 37.3. O sun, when you travel by chariot with flying horses or light rays, your old light follows the dim space. With a different splendor you rise up. Non-luminous object does not inhabit your highest space. The sun moves with respect to an observer on the earth. Or sun's travel is only relative to earth. Whole Ruk is poetic fancy. The sun is stationary. Yena Surya Jyodisha Vadhase 37.4. O sun, by what physical or gross light you drive away darkness, and by what splendor you wake up the whole universe, with that splendor you drive away from us all anger, non-sacrificing afflictions, and also bad dreams. The gist of the Ruk is, O sun, arouse us to action and keep us physically and mentally healthy. Vishwasya hi preshito rakshasi 37.5. O Surya, being sent off by the Creator, you certainly protect the vows of all human beings, never getting angry all the time. On your own inherent power you move up. When we praise you now, may shining beings honor that act of ours. Comment on this. May shining beings be appreciative of this knowledge sacrifice or this praising of the seer of the sutta and his co-sacrifices in honor of Surya. We go to the next 10.37.6. Tam no dyava prithvi tam na apa. May the space and earth, the flowing waters, Indra and Marut listen to this invocation of ours, that speech of ours. May we not be in emptiness or ignorance in your sight. Living for long, may we attain pleasant old age. Vishwahatva Tva Sumanasa Sujakshasa 37.7. O son, may we who are having good mind, are seeing well, are blessed with offsprings, are free from disease and are sinless, honor you always. O possessor of many friends, living for a long time, may we see you rising up every day. 37.8. Mahi Jyotir Bibhratam Tva O radiant sun, may we, living for a long time, see you, who is holding great light, is shining, is pleasure giving for all beholders, and is climbing over the great glittering space and earth. 37.9. Yasya te vishva bhuvanani keduna. O brown-haired sun, with what intelligence of yours all living beings in this universe move about properly and take rest during the nights. With that may you rise up day by day for us with sinlessness and all kinds of health. Samno bhava chakshasa samno ahna sam 10.37.10. O sun, with your radiance may you become giver of happiness to us and also with days, with your splendor, with cold and with your heat. Please give us that wonderful wealth so that it gives us happiness in our life journey and in our home. Wonderful wealth generally stands for spiritual light energy or knowledge, and more specifically spiritual knowledge. Asmakam Deva Ubhayaya Janmane 37.11. O resplendent beings, please bring comfort for both kinds of living beings, our bipeds and quadrupeds. Eating and drinking, may we, invigorating ourselves, become satiated. Please give us that worldly happiness, welfare and safety. Last trick of the sutta, 10.37.12. Yaddo devascha gruma jihvaya. O shining beings, providers of dwellings for all, whatever great offense we might have committed against you unknowingly, enlightened beings or souls with our tongue or mind, may you fix that sin in him who is hostile towards us or who wishes to harm us. Next suttam is 38. Rishis Mushkavanindra Devada is Indra, Chandas Jagati. Asminna Indra Pritsutau Yashaswati 38.1. O Indra, in fighting for the sake of cattle or spiritual light rays, or in the overpowering of men, arrows fly in all directions among bold warriors decorated with bracelets. There in that battle, which is honorable and mighty, you roar aloud, may you protect us for gaining wealth. Sana Shumantam Sadane 38.2. O Indra, universal manifested self, please uncover in our home wealth which is abounding in food, abounding in cattle or spiritual light rays, and is praiseworthy. O provider of dwellings, mighty Indra, may we become possessors of vigor with the help of the victorious you. Whatever we wish, please do that for us. 38.3. Yono dasa ayyuva. O 38.3. O praised by many Indra, universal Jivatma, whoever, whether infidel or an admirable person or an arrogant person, thinks of fighting with us, may all such enemies be easily overcomable by us with your assistance. We shall conquer them in battle with your help. You labhebhir havyu yascha 38.4. Today we shall make that bestower of happiness well known, leader of men, manifested self, come hitherward for our protections. Indra is invocable by small numbers or large numbers of men. He is being invoked in the overpowering of men or in the destroying of fearless adversaries, and is grantor of comfort. No comment on this. 10.38.5. Swavrajam hi Tvam Ahamindra. O mighty Indra, I have certainly heard about you, who is suffering if yourself to be appropriated, is not removable, and is encourager of the obedient. Please liberate yourself and come here away from your reviler. Can anyone like you stay with the arms bound? Comment on this case. Indra, universal Jivatma, is being appropriated by all living creatures. He cannot be removed from any living body. Other riks in this suktam may not need any additional explanation. Jivatma cannot be bound to any living creature's body. Body attached Jivatma is unreal, is also being implied here. We go to the next suktam, suktam 39. This is also another prayer suktam from Rishi Ghosha Kakshivadi. Devada Ashwino Chandas Jagati Trushto Yovam Parishma Subrida Ashwina Ratho 39.1. O Ashwins, your chariot is everywhere, is running well, is invoked worthy by offerers of oblations during the day and at night. We who are constant sacrificers call upon that easily invocable chariot of yours. This sign of yours is like that of your father. Here, Ashwins can be considered as the twin Paramatma Jivatma. The chariot then could mean a living body or a drop of Atmiya Soma. The Suktam is to deal with Ashwins. With this assumption, Riks in this Suktam are found to carry a much more sublime meaning. Chodayatam Sunuta Pinmatam Dhiya 10.39.2. O Ashwins, please inspire pleasant and true speech and cause our intelligence to swell. May you arouse munificence in us. That we desire for. Please make us possessors of famous inheritance. Among the rich, you make us like the wonderful Atmiya Soma. Famous inheritance stands for abode of the self, or spiritual energy quantum, or self-knowledge. 10.39.3. Amajuraschit bhavatho yuvam bhago. O absolutely truthful Ashwins, please become bestower of wealth, which implies spiritual energy quantum or knowledge on us, even though we are not authorities of action. Though slow, be our protector. You only are said to be the physicians of even the most distant man, a blind man, a feeble, and even a broken down person. Ten point 39.3 to 6 may not need any further elaboration. Yuvam chevanam sanayam yatha ratham. 39.4. O Ashwins, you made an ancient but active sage youthful again, like making an old chariot new. You made a brave warrior appear out of the devouring waters or ocean. All these actions of yours are fit to be announced in a knowledge sacrifice. Purana va virya prabrava. 10.39.5. O abundantly truthful Ashwins, I declare your old heroic deeds among the people here. You have become pleasure-loving physicians of the whole world. In the way this devoted praiser has faith in you, we make you praiseworthy now itself for our protection in the same way. 39.6. Yam vam ahve srunutam me ashvina. O Ashwins, this aham bhava or I feeling is calling upon you. Please listen to me. May you instruct me like a father instructing his son. Unfriendly, stupid, bad notions without any consanguinity are approaching me. Before these bad reputations reach me, please defend them. Ivam rathena vimadaya. 39.7. O Ashwins, you make the beautiful daughter of a man having many friends appear for a person free from arrogance with your chariot. You go to the call of the wife of an important man and you make birth easy for that munificent wife. Ivam viprasya yaranam 39.8. O Ashwins, you make young again a wise sage who is afflicted by old age and is marked with for death, and prolonged his life. You lifted up a praiser from the pit of ignorance. You make a woman who has lost her legs to walk again. Yuvam ha rebham vrishanaguhahitam 39.9. O showerers of happiness, you fetch out of the cave a dying man who is kept in that cave. Also you make a hot abyss favorable by cooling it with water for a person who is not enjoying protection and who is fettered with 7 tongues, which implies 5 sensory organs, mind and ego or ahambhava. Ivam Shvedam Pedave 39.10. O Ashwins, you give for a man sticking to the feet or abode of Atma a white speedy horse, which means spiritual light ray, along with 99 horses, like giving birth to leaders of men. That ray is glorious, is a running friend, is invoke-worthy, and is bestower of happiness and welfare. Natam Rajanavadite Kutashtana 10.39.11. O shining, unimpaired, movers on shining paths and easily invocable Ashwins, no trouble comes to him whom you make superior along with his wife. Neither any danger nor any fear comes to him. (39.12) Atenayatam manaso jebiyasa. O Ashwins, please come in the chariot of yours with a speed greater than that of the mind. This is made by skillful inventors, in which conveyance Usha, the daughter of the space, comes into being, in that both day and night of the bright one occur in a good day. Ashwins and their chariot are mental creations of the wise sages. Usha ascends Ashwin's chariot, drop of Atmiya Soma. Refer Suktam 10.61. Avartit Yadam Jayusha Parvadam. O Ashwins, victorious, you drive through paths in the ignorance clouds. You provide earth for a resting person. With your assistance, you free a quail from the mouth, though taken inside by a wolf. 39.14. Last of the Sukta. O Ashwins, Edam Vam Stomam Ashvinavaga Karma. O Ashwins, this hymn is made for you. Like woodworkers prepare a chariot, we accumulate it, upholding it like one's own grandson, or like a man holding his wife. Seer of the Suktam is enumerating the exploits of Ashwins from the 7th rig onwards. As most of them have been commented upon earlier, No further explanation is given here. With this, we close today's session. Viramastāvat.